We're out here getting ready for UFC 103. These fights come pretty fast because I swear I just talked to you in Nashville, but that was a while ago. For you, it was a while ago. For me, it seems like fight by fight. But how you doing?
That's funny because it does seem forever ago for me. Like I had a huge layoff between UFC 86 and then fighting Junie in April, and then I was only in the ring for 2 minutes, and that didn't help either.
Yeah.
So I mean this seems like forever ago.
All right. Well, we go fight by fight, so we basically we're to the point now we're covering fights every 3 weeks. I do remember that night, even though it seems like a long time for you. First of all, how easy was it? Because I know going in you were kind of chuckling at the fact that the guy was talking trash, and it looked easy.
Right, it was easy. It was very easy. I thought I was gonna go in there and make a joke of the guy, and did. So yeah, it was pretty easy.
All right. Did you get a chance to watch the replay many times?
Yes, yeah, I saw the replay, but I mean, you only watch it a couple times, and you know everything that happened in the fight. It didn't last very long. So.
Okay. What did you think of your antics afterwards?
I mean, he got what he deserved. If I could have done more, I would have.
Okay. Well, then you're the guy to talk to about, and I was thinking of this after UFC 100, Brock Lesnar got a lot of crap for walking up to a dazed, confused Frank Mir and getting right in his face. So as a fighter who, dealt with the emotion of having someone trash talk you and then going up to him and, getting in his face, what did you think about all the criticism that Lesnar got?
Yeah, I don't think that was right what he did because Frank Mir is a martial artist. He's not just some, fighter that, runs his mouth or somebody that thinks and tries to pretend to be a fighter. He was a UFC world champion, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he's a martial artist. I don't really think you should talk to somebody like that who has a lot of respect for martial arts and for the sport in general.
All right. So you're suggesting that Junie's kind of a clown and doesn't deserve that respect?
Exactly.
All right. You're more than suggesting.
Yes, I'm saying that.
I took Lesnar's side. I kind of based it on the fact that I watch a lot of fights, and I think emotion kind of takes over, but you thought it should have registered immediately that this guy deserves respect.
I mean, the guy was still dazed, like you had said earlier. So I mean, that's where I kind of really saw that it was kind of disrespectful too.
Okay.
If he really felt that way, and that once Frank got his wits about him, then you still tell him give him your peace of mind. But the way he was dazed and was still trying to get up and stuff, I thought that was kind of wrong.
So Brock's got some dominant wins now. Do you feel like it doesn't sound like to you that he's won the respect of the martial arts community and the MMA community in general to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I see a guy that's got a lot of brute strength and stuff like that, but lacks a lot of technique. Like any of these guys that he's beat, I also think can beat him. It's a flip of the coin. I think that if he rematched Randy or Frank, both those guys can beat him, and very well could in a rematch. I think that Garrett can beat him, Shane Carwin can beat him. I think there's a lot of guys that can beat this guy. It's just a matter of making it happen.
All right. Because I watched it and I thought there was wrestling technique. There was no you didn't think there was wrestling technique in terms of getting him down, and then I've never seen someone be able to pin someone's arm down, which I think is part strength, but also I thought there was some technique in doing it out of the half guard.
I mean, yeah, I've never seen that done out of the half guard. You know why? Because that move doesn't work from half guard. It's the guy was just too big and too strong and stuff like that. Even Frank even said that he was too small coming in at 245 pounds to fight a guy like Brock. So I mean, yeah, he's got wrestling skill, but he's a blanket, man. He just tries to smother you.
So this fight's different than Junie. Ephraim's a little more accomplished, a little more trained.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of respect for Ephraim. Guy's undefeated. His skills are getting better all the time. He won the Ultimate Fighter. Got a name behind him. Got some hype. So, yeah, he's a completely different animal than Junie.
All right. Do we expect this to go to the ground? I mean, it's kind of the obvious.
Right.
The obvious game plan on both sides, since he's more of a wrestler. He's solid in jiu-jitsu. Obviously, that's your strength. Or do we see you try to do something different and mix it up on the feet and maybe take advantage of his less than stellar handwork?
Well, I'll say this: it's rare to see me shoot to take somebody down. So I'm game to box or get boxed up. So I'm down to mix it up on the feet, and if it goes to the ground, I'll go to the ground. I think he's a wrestler, and ultimately he's probably going to get frustrated at some point with my length. And, he'll do what's necessary to win the round, and takedowns matter, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do with him. We're just in a sport where if you take somebody down, you usually get the nod. So I think that, he's a smart fighter, and he's going to try to take me down. And, he's a pretty accomplished submission wrestler, got a lot of submission wins. But I think if he takes me down, he's not gonna like what he gets.
Yeah. Why is that?
I mean, most of my submissions come from the guard. All these people keep taking me down, and I got, a big list of guillotines and triangles and arm bars. I don't know what these guys are thinking when they keep trying to take me down. Being on top is not always the best place to be.
So give me a roundup of obviously, if you win this, you move up the ranks. I don't know where you are on the ladder, but give me a roundup of what's going on at 155 in terms of BJ Penn on top, and because what's starting to develop now, I think, is what is developing at 85 and 70, where people are like, well, who's going to fight, the champ next? Who's the guy out there who can take him out? What do you think of the division now and kind of where BJ sits?
Well, the division's stacked, and BJ, where he sits, is on top. So you got a big list of contenders, like legit contenders who are all fighting each other. And the thing about 155 is everybody's so technical, and the fights are so fast-paced that any of these contenders can beat any of the other contenders. So it's like you're going to start to see more and more rematches between guys, I think, as time goes on, because we're all chasing BJ,
Can any of you guys beat BJ, though?
And that's a question. That's a good question. We'll see.
Who's the guy that you would point to right now as the best chance?
I don't think anybody can, to be honest with you. At 155, I don't think anybody can beat BJ.
It's pretty humbling to say for a guy who's in the division.
Yeah, but, the guy's got, all the tools. If he doesn't want to get taken down, he won't get taken down. He's got takedowns himself. He doesn't cut easy. He's got a chin of granite. He's got solid boxing. And his jiu-jitsu on top and on bottom is insane. So, what are you going to do against a guy like that?
So the only hope now is just to hope that he gets kind of fat and lazy.
You're going to have like a guy who's got like a GSP, type of game plan. And I don't think that there really is one. Gray Maynard's kind of morphing into one of those. Guys got, a lot of tools. And then you got a lot of contenders coming up, like Diego, he's pretty solid, and Tyson Griffin's pretty solid. He's fighting Hermes Franca at 103 as well. So, there's a lot of tough guys, but we're all asking the same question: can they beat BJ?
All right, good deal. Thank you.